With only 4 more weeks to go in the NFL, there are plenty of teams still in the hunt for a playoff spot. If we look at the AFC side of things, I'm starting off with the AFC East. That's kind of, I mean, with the emergence of the Dolphins, they could still kind of win the division, which is a very weird thought that the Dolphins could actually win the NFC East. But still, how the way that the Bills beat the 49ers that past weekend and the way Josh Allen kind of further emerged as a top tier quarterback almost, I think the Bills are gonna win, even though their next game is against the Steelers.
Yeah, I was very impressed with what Josh Allen did against the 49ers and really what he's done for most of this year. He's shown constant improvement from his rookie year to his second year, and now in his third year, he definitely looks like one of the top ascending quarterbacks in the whole NFL. Bill's schedule isn't the easiest. Steelers, Broncos, Patriots, and Dolphins. I would probably still expect them to win 3 of those games, though. But my big prediction from this division is I think the Dolphins are not going to have a great last 4 weeks. I think they'll only win 1 of their last 4 games. And I think they will end up missing out on the playoffs. And again, another bold prediction coming. I think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs as the 7 seed. I think they're going to win 3 of their last 4, and that will just be enough to get them into the playoffs on a tiebreaker with the Dolphins.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I mean, I do agree with you with the Dolphins. I do think they're just maybe 1 year away. The team's very young and inexperienced. So I think they do. I mean, obviously next up they have the Chiefs, so that's definitely a loss. And yeah, I think they're gonna slip up some more and just miss out on it. I'm not sure about the Patriots though, but I mean, I like your bold predictions. Very bold.
Yeah, the Patriots really haven't shown us much this year. You know, their offense has been fairly stagnant. They've given up a fair few points. I mean, I know obviously last week they played pretty much a perfect game against the Chargers, but it's just so Patriots. You know, we've seen this movie before. Coming down the stretch, the Patriots iron out all of their problems and start playing their best football now. Fairly hard schedule coming into the last 4. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to bet against Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Like I say, I've seen this movie before, and it normally ends with the Patriots winning.
Let's move over to the AFC South. I would say, a week ago, I would have said, okay, the Titans are gonna win the South, but then that loss against the Browns, that was just so bad. I mean, the Browns just rolled over them completely. So I'm kind of on the fence now on the Titans winning. They really just kind of seem to need a monster game of Derrick Henry in every game. Otherwise, they're not able to win. So I think the Colts are going to edge out the Titans and are going to win the AFC South.
Yeah, I suppose it depends how much emphasis you place on one game. 2 weeks ago, the Titans absolutely smashed the Colts. They looked amazing. And then if you saw them in the first half this week, they looked terrible. And yeah, I think you're definitely right. They are very one-dimensional. I know we've seen some emergence from AJ Brown and Corey Davis, but yeah, it's give the ball to Henry and hope for the best. Having said that, I've still got the Titans winning the AFC South. I think the Titans and the Colts will both finish on 11 games, but the Titans have the tiebreaker because the Colts have that loss to the Jags in week 1. So they'll have the better divisional record, I think. Very, very close. I think it will come down to the wire, but I've got the Titans winning that division based on divisional record.
Yeah, I mean, I do think no matter who's going to win the division, they're both going to make the playoffs. Because I think the team that doesn't win the division is probably going to end up as the 6th seed, I would say. But yeah, I think we will see both teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's exactly why I've got the Colts finishing as a 6th seed and the Titans as the 4th seed as the winners.
Look at the NFC North once again. Before that last game that the Steelers lost to the Washington football team, I would have said, yeah, Steelers basically have that division in the bag. But now it's kind of going to be even more interesting, especially with the Browns all of a sudden emerge as one of the top teams in the AFC. So I still think the Steelers are going to end up winning the division. But just like I said it on the NFC side with the Packers, the Steelers are probably, I don't know, I mean, I saw it on Twitter loads of times, like the worst 11-1 team maybe. I think they're kind of overrated, and a lot of their wins were close and not really convincing.
Yeah, they're quite a strange team. They've looked amazing in some games and obviously not so great in others. But yeah, they've managed to get obviously lots of wins this season. I've got the Browns winning out as well. I think they'll win their last four. Some pretty hard games in there: Ravens, Giants, and Steelers. But just like I said with the 49ers, I think the Browns are starting to get hot right around playoff time. They're ascending. They looked fantastic last week against this week against the Titans. Baker Mayfield looked great, and he's a quarterback where if you can get him in some sort of rhythm, he's pretty good. But when he's not in rhythm, he's pretty bad. So that would probably be why I think they can't go deep into the playoffs, because I think he'll maybe have a bad game here and there. But I've got Pittsburgh and Cleveland both finishing on 13 wins with, again, Pittsburgh having that tiebreaker. I think they're gonna win the division. I don't think they'll get the 1 seed though. I think Kansas City will finish as the 1 seed, but I've got Pittsburgh as the 2nd seed, and Cleveland making it as a 5th seed wildcard.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I even would say there are going to be 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs. I think, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Ravens this year, I still think the Ravens are going to sneak in maybe as the 7th seed. So, yeah, I think, like I said, Pittsburgh are going to win the division, and the Browns and the Ravens are going to make it as a wildcard team.
Yeah, it's going to be so close whether the Ravens can get in, because I've got the Patriots winning 3 of their last games, and obviously the Ravens beat the Patriots a couple of weeks ago. The Patriots beat the Ravens a couple of weeks ago. So just on that basis, I've got the Patriots as the last wild card. But yeah, very, very close, and there's definitely lots of ways this can go as well.
Look over to the AFC West. I think that one is pretty much in the bag. I don't see anything happening to the Chiefs. Yeah, I don't see anyone obviously catching up to the Chiefs. And then I'm not sold on the Raiders. I think like the way they played against the Jets was, yeah. I mean, they came out of that game with a very lucky win, and just the way they performed these past 2 weeks, they almost seem they don't want to get to the playoffs. So yeah, I don't see them getting in.
Yeah, that was a bit of a godsend for the Ravens this week. That blitz call by Greg Williams on that Hail Mary might be probably the stupidest play call maybe ever. To rush 7 guys and 0 blitz in a Hail Mary situation, they were pretty much gift wrapped that win. But saying that, they've got the Colts this week, and I think that's a massive game. Whoever wins this game this week between the Colts and the Raiders is probably in prime position to secure a wild card spot. I do have the Colts winning it. But yeah, I think if the Raiders do want to get into the playoffs, their schedule isn't the hardest. It's Colts, Chargers, Dolphins, and Broncos. So yeah, some winnable games for them there. But yeah, you're right. There's no one who's going to touch the Chiefs. I think they might even finish on 15 wins. And yeah, depending on whether the Raiders can clinch a few of those last games, but I don't think they've got enough to do it.
Yeah, so if we look at for me, the seedings in the AFC would be the Chiefs are going to get the 1 seed, and for me, yeah, the Steelers will end up with the 2 seed, the Bills 3rd seed, and then the Colts are going to end up the 4th seed, and Cleveland at 5, and then the Titans at 6, and the Ravens at 7.
Yeah, I'm similar to that. Yeah, the KC 1, Pittsburgh 2, Bills 3. Then I've got the Titans winning the AFC South. I've got Cleveland as the 5th seed. Very unlucky actually with 13 wins. I've got them finishing with. Colts as a 6th seed, and then I've got the Patriots sneaking in. Very Patriot of them. As a 7th seed.